Hey guys, so we are here in Elite again today to train legs. This is part of my comeback series, looking to compete next year in the Masters and hopefully win the British Championships. That's the goal. So we are here for a heavy leg session. It's my third day training in a row. So if you're interested in how I train at 39 to kind of maximize recovery, maximize gains, make sure I can still run my business, have a family, do all these other things while training, then stay tuned. Always put your weights away. So today I woke up training probably 4 days in a row this week just because I've got some friends to see up in Liverpool on Thursday. I've got a busy weekend with the kids, football tournaments, etc. And sometimes it's just got to be done. But I woke up this morning not feeling 100%, feeling a little bit under the weather, a bit of a sore throat, all of those things. So for me then, I will still try and hit my training hard, but I'll listen to my body at my age, pull things back 3, 4, 5%, and just allow my body to recover. Trusty logbook, yo. So I can see my weights going up and up every week. One thing I learned when I trained with Kallu is, and you'll have seen that if you watch the vlog, on the leg curl, I was just throwing it up and throwing it down. And it's something I noticed when my nephew came to train with me. Young kids, they want to throw the biggest weight possible. But actually, they should learn to lift under control. Same for me, I've been training for 20 years, but my form was still not good enough. So put the weights down, dropped my ego, and do things properly. Oh, sweet. 1 rep PB on the first set, 1 rep PB on the second set. So as you can see, second exercise is lying leg curl. 1 slightly heavier set and then 1 back off set. And today it's just a little bit of hamstrings and more of a quad focus day. So I have 2 leg days. 1 is more hamstring focused, 1 is more quad focused. And to be honest, this one is the hardest, as you'll see, because there are some high rep sets coming up later. This is the easy introduction, and then it gets steadily worse as it goes along.
I've been at it on the low, trapping out a while live. I can see the leaders doing, let's be talking plans and maybe seeing you. Pull up on you, let me scoop. Nobody here but me and you. Got a little ring to it, turn that thing fluid in the coupe. Way you look, I know it's real. I'm on my shine. I've been really getting a feel.
But discussing it with Lee, one of the other things I actually focus on is form, execution. So for me, I'm trying to do 3 seconds down, pause, 1 second up, pause. And a lot of the time you will cheat yourself. So if on a day you're not feeling your strongest, focus on something else. It's like if in business, one of the things you're measuring is how many pieces of content you put out. You're not gonna just want to constantly put more and more content out. So maybe it's about the quality of the content, which increases engagement, and really focusing on one aspect of something which is measurable, but it's not necessarily more reps or more weight all the time. So there's a good analogy with training in business. How do you know when to put the weight up? How do you know when to invest in your business when it's the right time? The only way that I can do that is to have clear financials and have a look at, when can I afford to hire this coach? How much can I afford to pay them? What do I need them to give me in terms of return on investment? Everything comes from the numbers. If you don't have a clear financial plan and up-to-date numbers, you can't make good, confident decisions in your business.
I really grind like it's 10 of me. Sauce drip, I got the recipe. And you can find me where that pressure be.
I was casually banging out 3 or 4 plates aside, and then I saw one of my buddies doing 5 plates aside, 20 reps. Instantly, because my mind understood what was possible, my weight went up. So that's called benchmarking. So what's really important in your business is to actually benchmark yourself against others in your industry. The only way you're going to do that is if you've got an industry-specific accountant that can take all of that data, run it through a piece of software, and they can tell you you're overspending here, your pricing is too low here, you could spend more money here and make more. It's like comparing yourself and your financial performance of your business, everyone else in your industry, confidentially, benchmarking. Also a really good analogy between training legs and your business. I'm sure there are things in your business that you don't want to do and you just avoid, you do them last. Like if you're following me, you're probably not doing that with legs, you're probably prioritizing them because you're a great health and fitness coach. However, most people always train chest and biceps, they don't train legs. Why? Because it's hard, they don't want to do it, it hurts. So where are the areas in your business where you should be working but you're avoiding? Probably a lot of it is around your finances. Exercise number something, dumbbell split squat. By this point I'm ready to just curl up into a ball and die, but this is where it counts. So I want to make sure that when I get on stage, and I've seen some of the guys from the Masters this year, UKDFB, they look amazing. So my goal of winning the British Championships is, some might say unrealistic, right? Catching up with those guys, but if we set an unrealistic goal, we're much more likely to end up somewhere that surpasses our expectations. Don't give up. Like in your life, parenting, business, training, whatever, the more you fail, the more you learn. And if you're failing at the same thing, all you're doing is getting closer to a breakthrough. So keep going. When you do a split squat, I recommend these grips. You can get Versa grips, but my good friend Ryan Terry at RT Coaching has got some just like that, but better. And obviously they're much better because they say Ryan Terry on them, so go and check them out.
Jump on your tail, know that they talking, they telling them tales, just know how to tell that for the sale. Hey, they talk like they got it, but they need to stop it. I'm leading with logic.
Like leg training for me has always been something I enjoyed because I like putting myself in a pain cave. Like I don't know what it is, I think that if you put yourself somewhere that you don't want to be regularly, it pervades into every other area of your life. So for me, I've always trained legs hard, even when I haven't been bodybuilding for 20 years. So effectively, I'm trying to catch up with all of those that have. I've done CrossFit, trained recreationally, and I did a lot of functional weightlifting, a lot of American football style training, jumping, bounding, high tempo squats. But for me, I think it's like my legs grew well. They were always out of proportion with my upper body. And if you see good results, then you're going to train even harder. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm going to be sick. Not had this before, to be fair. Might just be how I'm feeling, how I woke up, like I said. Or too much pre-workout, maybe. We're thinking a lot this week about intention. Looking at that V squat, you can bang through that easy. But if you start to think about the muscle you're working, it's a totally different thing. I find, like I've been running my business for 10 years. I don't know how long you've been running your business, but from the start to finish, at the start, it was way easier. You don't have a million emails, you don't have your phone pinging every 2 seconds. As you get more successful, you get more distraction. So your intention and your focus is so important. You need to come in the morning, focus on your 3 main tasks for the day. Get the first one out before you even look at your phone. Like, I would advise putting your phone in a different room. Like, your business roadblock, the main roadblock will be you and your ability to focus and, like I said, stay up here in the clouds, not be down in the dirt. So think about how you've been over the last week. Have you been focused, or are you getting distracted, and what can you do about it? Last exercise of the day, adductor, is it adductor? Inner thigh, to give you the illusion of more width, is how I understand it. So this one, same thing, there's a high risk of injury if you go too far, so you've got to be really careful getting in and out. I know I joked about that in my cow video, but it's super important. You don't want to go through all of your training journey and then get injured like 3 months before your competition. Same thing with what you do in your business. You do all these great things, but you've got to think about what you're doing with intention. You go make some stupid comment on social media or let a client down, promise them something and don't give it to them. Nowadays, you just can't do that. I mean, not that I would have done that previously, but if you did make a human error, you could get away with it. Now you can't. So it's so important that you pay attention to everything that you do. Take the right care and attention.